Cool, man. Last question I wanted to ask you is just how is the LA market different from the Hawaii market? Like, is there any difference there? And have you learned anything from like switching markets? Because most people don't do that, and they end up just working. Like I've been working in the same market for 10 years. So
yeah. So first, yeah, the prices are much different. Or depends, but they're on average more. So the average house in LA is probably in the $500,000 to $600,000 range. The average house in Hawaii would be probably closer to the 6 to 7, 7 to 8, depending on what island you're on. Second thing I would say is very different is the rehab cost is much different. The skilled labor is much less. So where in LA, I'm averaging between like say 25 to 35 per square foot in Antelope Valley, because I'm kind of in three markets. To me, the Antelope Valley, Palmdale, Lancaster, Rosamond, Cal City, all the Mojave, all those areas over there are a little bit more. That's the lower dollar Southern California, if you would call that Southern California market that I invest in. And then we do core Los Angeles. And then we're in Hawaii, particularly Maui, but I'm looking at doing stuff in Oahu. And so like the house prices are more. So I'm spending 25 to 35 on Antelope Valley, 45 to 55 on average right now in core LA. And it's like, as I understand it, I haven't done a full rehab yet on Hawaii because the deal we're working on right now that we closed on is going to be more of a hotel. But it's like $80 to $100 per square foot. And this is just a cosmetic rehab. Yeah, so you have to really get good deep discounted deals. Now, but on the flip side of that, pun intended, is that we got monster spreads. Like this deal in Maui is projected to make at least $200,000 potentially, right? Maybe 300. And so you got those like monster spreads. I know a couple investors in Oahu that have made $300,000-$400,000 on a flip in less than a year. Like those opportunities just really don't exist that much in Southern California. As I've seen them, I've done a lot of deals. So I'd say those are a couple of differences. And then there's certain like there's certain things that are really good, like condo flips are really profitable in Hawaii too, because you don't have to touch the outside. And like we just said with the, with the per square foot in the rehab, how difficult that is. And there's also like some Airbnb opportunities that I'm looking into in the Hawaii market that are different than LA that could just be huge cash cows as well if I could get the condos at the right price. See what else. And it's an island, so smaller compared to like LA where it's just like it's enormous. There's there's houses everywhere. So I'd say that's kind of the differences I could think of now. That's awesome. And then as far as talent pool, I would say there's just like less people in Hawaii. No offense to anybody there, that just kind of driven, motivated. People go there to retire. People go there for vacation. People don't tend to go there to want to go hustle and be like, yeah, let's go to Hawaii so we can go work hard. So it has that. It's true. Like it kind of seeps in, and that's why I like going to LA, getting the hustle, the energy there, and then I go back to Hawaii, and then I'm surfing. I'm just hanging out. And so I get the best of both worlds, but I'd say that's a huge difference too, just the vibe, the energy of the island being so chill that it's hard to get into like that hustle flow.
That's awesome, brother.